Well, welcome back, everyone. After that, rather impromptu delay there. Of course, we don't usually have adverts in ALR, but today we have, and we decided to dedicate that to technology and stuff. And Echo is out of qualifying, so Echo is the first of the season's runners who will not be in qualifying too. Then who else is on the brink? Then at the moment, it's Farf who's on the brink. He is really struggling at the moment, isn't he? Down in at last position. We have also got. I've got a real scary message coming up there, and I don't know what's going on then. I reckon I've got a problem with the old internet. Anyway, then we've also got Nigel then, who is currently in 19th position as well. And look at these times, and these times are absolutely magnificent. Grant is giving me the thumbs up. Lovely stuff indeed then. Milan is also qualifying as well. Sammy is on the brink, and so is the Haas team as well. Oh, goodness gracious me then. Here comes Farfed. He is in the final corner, the final part of the lap as well. Nigel is out of qualifying. Goodness me then, that's huge, isn't it? As we've got Farf, he comes over to the line. Farf is through. Grant is retired for the session. Oh, goodness me then. This is not a good start at all. Mr. Lee is through. Fireshot is on the cusp as well. Here comes Exalt at the moment. He is 2/10 of a second up at the moment. And it's going to be Fireshot. Fireshot then, of course, a former winner. And he is now... He is now right on the brink then, so Sammy is out of qualify as well in the Haas. We've also in our team, that's both Haases then. They're going to be out of qualifying. Oh, goodness gracious me, that is not good at all, is it? And now then we are going now up to the lights then, and unfortunately then that's Exile done and dusted. There's a few big names that has been dropped, it has been knocked out of qualifying one, hasn't there? Goodness me then. Nunda saying he thought technology defeated, so just bring us a good stream. Brilliant there. I gotta say, I was very adamant there to try and get it to work there. Goodness me, I reckon I don't know what's gone wrong there. Of course, you know, a guy that works in IT, you would think that turn it off and turn it back on would work, but it really didn't there, did it? But it's great to have you all along for us tonight. Brilliant stuff indeed. Then Velocity saying better be sorted out by Tuesday. Oh gosh, don't worry. I'm sure I can find something. But I think more importantly, so we've also, as Echo was also saying, that went well as well. I'm not sure if we talking about the stream or qualifying, but unfortunately for Echo, listen to this. Nigel is 20th on the grid. 19th position is Echo, and then we have got Milan in 18th position, and Exile and Sammy are in 17th and 16th positions. Goodness gracious me, that is not what I was expecting to be saying in this first part of qualifying. Farf is in 7th position, and good stuff there from the Ferrari driver. Lord Fox then, I think he's a new subscriber as well, so thanks for hanging us in there, Lord Fox. Brilliant stuff indeed then. Loving that. Right then, and I'm loving this as well. Goodness gracious me, I absolutely love it. Right then, out of qualifying, we have lost the first ever ALR champion. It's 20th on the grid. He's done a 21.5. Nigel is out of qualifying as well. It's Echo as well. He doesn't seem too happy about that. 18th position is Milan, of course, making his debut here tonight. He did really well in the Super Cup. He did really well in the Constructors' Cup, didn't he? Over the low we had. Exile out as well, and also out is Sammy. That is, I got to say that all those 5 names, I wasn't expecting to be saying that they're out of qualifying. And goodness me, a 10th for a second fire shot could have also been taking the walk of shame as well. Wow, well, the start of this then to the. To ALR qualifying. Well, apart from the stream being a bit dodgy and everything, I think I might need to have to feed the hamster tomorrow. Goodness me, I must have forgot to feed him as I've been watching Formula 1 and qualifying. Formula 1 the race, I should say. Yes, we are watching qualifying now. We've got 14 minutes to go in this second session. Twang said 2 hours or so of practice on the game. It really shows, doesn't it? We've also got Younglight saying that Nigel out there. That's a huge surprise, isn't it? I've got to say that I've almost dropped my my can of Monster in absolute horror there. Nigel, remember, was third in the championship last year. He's been 4th in the championship the season before. I remember the first time. And the first time that Nigel was in the championship, he won the title, didn't he? He's the only other champion on the grid apart from Granty. And that is incredible stuff to say the least, isn't it? Wow, I got to say, this game is quite difficult to get the handle on, isn't it? Dare I say, it feels more like 2018 there. Of course, I'm only repeating what an expert gamer said, but there we go then. Nigel saying he's having some problems then. Gunnar saying it sounded like you were feeding a hamster on the last stream. To be honest, I am the hamster. If you ever look at me, gosh. Anyway, actually, I look more like a gerbil, a bit more round than anything else. Jonathan there, of course, the most ever pole positions there in ALR with 9 so far for Jonathan. Can he get his 10th one today? Well, he started off beautifully well, of course, in McLaren. They finished rock bottom in the last season's constructors, didn't they? So, not good at all then. We also got Velocity saying, can we put bets on if I crash in quali on Tuesday? Well, that's so. Don't worry, Velocity. I'm sure you'll be as fine as a fine racing driver as you normally are. We have also got Nunda saying, what car is Nigel? And he's in the Mercedes there. So not doing too well at all then, is he? Alhan also making it through into qualifying as well, his teammate then. As Echo is saying that both him and Nigel got some work to do, haven't they? So what is new on this 2020 game then? Well, the cars, I feel that the handling of the cars is different. It gives you a bit more it gives you a bit more satisfaction, doesn't it, when you put the power down, doesn't it? And also I would say, of course, the ERS is the major difference, isn't it? And you can see down in the bottom right hand corner there, you've got the ERS deployment there. It's basically quali mode or no mode, isn't it? It's a lot less management on the ERS, which I prefer, because it should be all about the racing, shouldn't it? You should be tinkering about with your toys, should you? Here comes Jonathan, then go to win it. As I said, then he has been the oh, Jonathan there! Oh my goodness me, he has spun it there on those medium tyres there. He's backed it in the wall, but luckily there's no rear damage much on these games there. Otherwise, Jonathan would have really destroyed the rear crash structure of that McLaren. Unfortunately, then he is in the wall. He done a Bottas out, didn't he? Not good at all then, and he has caused the yellow flag there. Twang then, who says he only had 2 hours of practice, that is leading us at the moment, isn't he? But who is the first man on track who has set a time? I think Grant is on an outlap as well. But we're just watching Farf at the moment in the Ferrari. As I was saying before, I got rudely interrupted by my hamster. Just taking a look then, I didn't know if I didn't know how you do it, Sean. You, what? I think I said the word amazed and Sean in the same sentence. I don't get that often. Goodness me, then. But as you can see, they've got yellow flags up in front of us as well. Just taking a quick look over them. We got Nunda saying, probably forgot to disable the DAS there. David Hilton saying, I don't know how you do it. You're amazing, Sean. Thank you, David. And of course, I think I should give a shout out to David as well, actually. Of course, I think he is going to be supporting Emerson here tonight. And of course, he will be supporting Ayrton on Tuesday night as well. So thank you, David, and hello to Maureen as well. We've also got Echo saying that now we actually just wanted to put on a show for the people, and Gavin saying it wouldn't be ALR without Sean Jinx the driver there. Yeah, well, I think I'm going to put the Jinx on Farf, I reckon. Well, I haven't said that. Of course, Farf in the new 2019 game, remember he was on song, wasn't he, in the first couple of races of season 2. Really good stuff indeed then. Of course, season 3 was just the second round of Formula 1 20 as Farf is slowing down there. So interesting stuff there from Favre. Excuse me. Oh gosh, I've got a frog stuck in my throat as well. It feels like the animal hospital here tonight, doesn't it? Young Lights is just starting to laugh as well. We've got Total PZ, who is in the AlphaTauri. Of course, the new team for this season, albeit they are basically just Toro Rosso but rebranded. I think AlphaTauri is like a clothes company, isn't it? Because they did a launch, didn't they, of their car in a clothes kind of shop or something like that, didn't they? It was really odd. On board with Mr. Elite there at the moment, and Mr. Elite is a very fine race driver as well. Of course, he pinched the final top 10 position from Steve in the final race of last season. He finished in the top 10 for the first time in his ALR career in the World Championship. So I think the Mr. Elite, he's going to be coming on strong, isn't he? He's on the medium tires at the moment. If anyone who's not watched the Formula 1 before or doesn't know what's going on in qualifying, we've got 3 parts of qualifying. We've done qualifying 1, which you probably didn't see most of it because I think I haven't paid me internet bill. Twang has gone fastest on the 20.8 and these times are electric then. Granty's gone second, he's the fastest of the medium runners. We'll talk about that in just a few minutes. Droftas has gone up into 4th fastest then in the Ferrari. Lovely stuff indeed there for Droftas then. Farf is invalidated this time, he's going to have to go around again. Here comes the man who is always the bridesmaid but never the bride, as I've been saying on the pre-season races so far. Emerson there, of course, who has been runner-up twice, hasn't he, in his 2 seasons in ALR. He's never finished lower than a second position actually in the World Championship, which is good stuff indeed, but I think he would like to be the champion, and can he do it there? Of course, he is a company man as well because he drives a Renault Clio. Emerson does. I think it's a different car actually, but I can't remember what the car is, so I just keep calling it a Clio. I love the helmet as well from Emerson. He comes up to the line as well. Let's see what he can do. He comes across the line, and he has gone fast as there on the medium tire. That is a statement of intent there from Emerson, who's been runner-up twice in this ALR category so far. Here comes Murphy, and let's see what he can do then on the medium compound tire as well. Driving the Sergio Perez car. Murphy has all the pink Mercedes, as it is known up and down the paddock, isn't it? He comes up to the line as well. DRS is wide open for Murphy. He comes across the line. He goes full fastest. And Twang there is in front of his teammate, but he is on the soft compound tyre. So at the moment, then, we are in qualifying 2. Then there's free qualifying formats around around every race. It is going to be an ALR. This is the longest ALR season in history with 22 rounds there. We go from Australia to Abu Dhabi, then we have some pit stops at Vietnam before going over to the Netherlands as well. Goodness me, it's going to be a world tour, isn't it? And who is going to be the champion when it's all said and done then? Jonathan's retired from the session there. Has he had a problem? Or so what's going on for Jonathan? Oh my goodness me, he has crashed on the pit entry there. The straight area there. Oh, it's Eat the Cookie there, just throwing a bit of debris out there. Oh goodness gracious me, that's not good at all. Of course, the British Italian driver Jonathan, the most pole positions in ALR history, is unfortunately going to be on the bench now for the rest of the qualifying session. We're just watching Cookie then. Of course, I think Cookie is going for a hat-trick of wins, if I'm not very much mistaken. Let me just take a look at me old book of stats then. Oh yeah, I think he is going for a hat-trick of wins, and he's already won 2 races. Of course, for Ferrari, he won France and Baku at the back end of last season, didn't he? And if he wins here, then there'll be 3 wins in a row. I think that the only other man, I think the total race wins in record of most race wins in a row is actually Jochen in season 1 there. So Eat the Cookie there is going to be over halfway, isn't it? Around lap 14 of this race then. Of course, if he gets there, of course, but the Red Bull, Red Bull is actually one of the most successful teams in ALR history, aren't they? And they actually hold the most number of race wins for a team. Of course, that is in season 1, isn't it? I think they got 10 race wins in the end, didn't they? Indeed, they did. They got 10 race wins, 8 pole positions, and 17 podiums there. That just shows Granty's amazing season last season, doesn't it? With 17 pole positions all by himself there. Cookie goes across the line. He goes fastest on a 20.5 there. 3/10 of a second there in front of Emerson there. Here comes Fireshot. He was on the cusp, wasn't he, earlier on in the McLaren? And let's see what he can do then. Fireshot is driving the Lando Norris car, number 4. I'm hoping that there's a patch soon where they have their own cars, really. Oh gosh, apologies, guys. I've been ignoring you in the old comments there, aren't I? Echo saying it's the tracing point. Yeah, I quite like that name actually. Of course, they're going to be Aston Martin next season as well. There's a lot of talk, isn't there, about who'll be in that car for next season. Well, I think Stroll is almost a guarantee, isn't he? Not being too harsh. And but I think a lot of talk about Sebastian Vettel going to Aston Martin. Then unfortunately, we're just on board Fireshot. Well, that's not unfortunate. What is unfortunate is his teammate is unfortunately in the wall. He took a bite out of the car. He spun it in turn 2, and unfortunately he met his demise there, didn't he? At turn 16 there for Jonathan. So that's such a shame there. Of course, he's had 9 pole positions so far in his LR career, the most in a season, single season, I should say. Put my teeth back in. There's of course 7, which is also set by Jonathan as well. That was in the last season. He was on pole position more often than not, wasn't he? Jonathan was last season. He was brilliant, wasn't he, in the qualifying format. Nunda saying, did you see Fiat's meme in Austria where he blew a tyre? He was in different countries sneezing when Russia was sneezing and Fiat's tyres were blowing up. I didn't see that one actually. I do love a good F1 meme there. Just watching Lost Souls, and of course being promoted from silver to gold this season. Then one of the new men who's also been promoted then, as well as Alhan, and dropped that as well. And all 3 of those men are very quick, aren't they? Of course, the champion of silver, Glock, decided to do a Rosberg, didn't he? And as retired from ALR. So, but otherwise, I think he would have been up and racing here tonight as well. And him and Eat the Cookie and Emerson as well. I'll throw in that camp. Fantastic stuff so far. Granty's out on the soft tires then. Andre said, hello, Andre. Hope you are. And we've also got Twan saying, I don't think I got the memo of tires. There's a Jonathan saying now, keeping his head high. Jonathan is saying challenge is coming up then. Of course, in the race as well. Unfortunately, Jonathan would be only as high as 13th at the moment. Here comes Lost Souls. He is on the soft compound tires. He goes fastest so far. 4/10 of a second in front of Cookie, albeit Cookie is on the medium compound tire though, isn't he? Really good stuff indeed there for Cookie. Oh, as getting a bit on the grass there. Sorry, so I'm taking a breather. Mumford out very late on then. He's on the soft compound tyres then. So let me finish off the rules, shall I, of qualified for anyone who doesn't know. And I've been trying to say these rules now for the past 18 minutes, haven't I? Of course, qualifying went 18 minutes long. We're aiming to lose 5 drivers. We have lost those 5 drivers. And of course, the big talking point is we've lost Echo and Nigel, XR, Sammy, and someone else. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, sorry, I think it was Total Peas, wasn't it? No, Total Peas is into qualifying too. My apologies. I've forgotten who the other person was then, so goodness me, then give me a slap on the wrist. My back is against the wall here tonight, isn't it? I'm all jumbled up and everything. Young Lights there is just coming out to turn 11 and 12 now. Hold on to your horses! Fantastic, isn't it? And look at that, so even a bit of a squirrel on the exit as well, as he puts the power down in that Toro Rosso, sorry, the Red Bull, I should say. Of course, remember last season, this is where Lights really got himself, found his footing in ALR, didn't he? And I think, I'm really looking forward to see what he can do this season. This season, he's been looking impeccable in pre-season, hasn't he? Remember the pre-season race there that we had, I think just under weeks ago. He was fantastic, wasn't he? Young Lights was really good 70. Then he comes over to the line and he's 5th fastest, and Mulan is the other one who's unfortunately out of the qualifying session. Mumford goes 3rd fastest there, underlining his potential in this Alfa Romeo. Of course, he was a part of a team Mercedes that was challenging for the constructors. Unfortunately, he didn't get the constructors. Just didn't happen in the end of the day. Bradfield saying, evening everyone, it's good to be back. It really is, isn't it? I think we're on the first leagues, if I'm not very much mistaken, to be back there. We've, of course, it's such a tight schedule with Formula 1 these days. Of course, 22 races, no breaks now, up until Christmas. That is scary, isn't it? So basically, I cannot do anything on Sundays, Mondays and Tuesdays now for the next 22 weeks. And I draw fast there, unless I get fired, of course. Draw fast there, very much then, on the edge there of his skill. And I've got to say, he's got a lot of skill, hasn't he? Draw fast as and remember that last season he was very consistent, wasn't he? I think he finished 2nd in the championship last season, didn't he? So the highest of the silver drivers there, finished runner-up, and he was brilliant. He really was, wasn't he? Coming through the final turn as well, then DRS has been enabled then for Droftas. He comes up to the line and he is in 11th position. He is still on the cusp then. So oh, I don't think that's a Haas off the track in the back. No, sorry, it's Alfa Romeo. Farfus invalidated this time. Then we've got a minute and a half to go, which is it's about I'll say it's about the time that it takes to get around you as well, and I've really hurt my foot all of a sudden, so bear with me as I've oh gosh I don't know what I've done. I think I've scabbed my foot somehow. Anyway, then we're just watching Mumford come back in the pits, and Alhan is getting himself ready for the medium tyres there. The Mercedes, the only Mercedes left in this qualifying session, and I didn't expect to say that. I thought Alhan there really had trouble, didn't he? In sector 3, I think it's Mumford there who's just coming back in the pits, and I didn't expect to say that there is only one Mercedes left there. Absolutely incredible stuff, to say the least, isn't it? So Mr. Young Lights saying he's going to be knocked out. I should have went on to soft tyres. Young Lights is very much he's in 6th position at the moment. He's retired from the session, and we've already lost Jonathan already. Mumford's also retired from the session as well. On board Farf, he's 1.3 seconds out. Farfus, remember, he won this race there in season 2, didn't he? Of course, he won the first 2 races of season 2. Farf did, so I'm expecting big things from the Ferrari driver there. Let's see what he can do then. Lost Souls is currently the fastest of the times so far. We've also got Twang who's back out as well. Who is in danger then? Oh my goodness me, wow! And really gets in it. His rear end is really was really going left and right there, wasn't it? I gotta say that was a bit like the that song there, Shake Your Booty kind of thing, wasn't it? Goodness me. And I know Farf loves a bit of techno by Scooter as he comes into turn 15 as well, and before putting on the loud pedal, and here he comes then through the follow turn as well. Then let's see what he can do then. As is this going to be good enough for the Ferrari driver? It is. Oh no, my goodness me, it's not quite. It's a far shot of 7/10 of a second up. That should get him through comfortably. Toll Peas is also a 10th of a second up, as well as Mr. Elite then. Oh gosh, said Farfar, of course, said, who was one of my personal favourites, said maybe I am wrong once again then. And I think that's going to be unfortunate for Farfar, isn't it? Dan Murphy is also in the pits as well. Granted, the champion, the defending champion then is in the 7th position. Is he going to be safe then? He should be safe. We'll find out in just a few moments. So here comes Farshot. He comes up to the line. He is through. Farf is very much on the cusp now, isn't he? And we've also got Mr. Elite jumping into top 5 then. Good stuff there from Mr. Elite. Total P's there as he's coming. I think the Total P's there is a corner a day, unfortunately. So he is down in 12th position now. And we got a Racing Point who is, I think, just doing donuts there. It's Twang now. I know he loves a good donut, doesn't he? Twang does. What about Granted then? He's on the medium tyres and he's coming up to the line as well. Let's see what he can do. He goes into full fast, so he's done 2 laps on those medium tyres, and that potentially could be that could be a factor in the race then later on. Then far from saying I'm happy with 11th. As he can pick his tyres out, can he? Of course, anyone starting in the top 10, who qualifying in the top 10, will have to start on the tyres, which they set their fastest time on. So Grant is on 2-lap ode at medium tyres then. Everyone else has done a lap. So Grant has got the most used tyres so far then. So is that going to be a problem then? His teammate Lost Souls then is currently fastest in qualifying 2. As Twang there is... I think Twang is just got his eyes out there, hasn't he? Well, I'm glad it's only his eyes out. But yeah, he's happy that. I think he's looking a bit shocked there as he is through into qualifying at 3. Then fantastic stuff there from Twang. Really, I think the Twang there. Remember, Twang was very good on the 2018 game, if I'm not very much mistaken there. So I think that, as I said, I was comparing this game, wasn't I? Twang might have been just looking to see it of his donuts there on the grass. Is that now? Oh no! I think the Twang's been noticed. I think he's been crashed, has he? I think Twang has been crashed out. Oh dear. Yes, I think the computer has crashed Twang. Oh, sorry guys, I'm completely behind because I was so infatuated on Granty. But no, that's an absolute shocker for Twang, isn't he? He's gone through in the qualifying 3, and he is going to be out of qualifying because the Codemasters can't drive the AI cars around in a circle, can they? Oh goodness gracious me, that is not good at all, is it? For Twang there. What a shame there, because Twang has just really done a very good job. He's only done a couple of hours of practice, hasn't he? Remember, I've been practicing this game since it's come out, so really good stuff indeed then. So we're not sure what's happened then. As Echo's asking, is that the AI then? Well, I'm assuming it's the AI. I didn't see what happened, to be honest, for Twang, but it doesn't take a lot for me to get confused then. So just a lovely over-the-shoulder shot there from Granty as well then. So we're into qualifying 3 then, and we have got 5 cars. No, yeah, we have got 5 cars on the soft tyres, and everyone else is on the medium tyres. Lost Souls fastest there. He's on the soft. Medium tyres for Eat the Cookie. Some soft tyres for Mumford. Medium for Granty and Emerson there. Elite there. Good stuff in 6th position there on the soft. Soft tyres for Farshot as well. Young Lights and Murphy also on the medium tyres, and Twang on the soft tyres as well. Everyone who got knocked out was on the medium tyres, or set the fastest on the medium tyres, which is interesting stuff there. So they could have gone quicker. They do not want to start on those soft tyres at all, do they? Oh dear. As Twang has gone to get the popcorn there. As this is going, and I think that's to right as well. Unfortunately for Twang, I really wanted to send Twang into qualifying 3 there, so I feel we've been robbed there, and that's disappointing, really, isn't it, to say the least? So as we're going into qualifying 3 then, the last season pole sitter was Jonathan, wasn't it? Of course, he got a 20.5 there. It's an absolutely stellar lap there. I think that's going to be broken this season though. The all-time lap record around Australia is actually set by Jacob, and that's a 1:19.807 there. So keep an eye on that. That's the all-time lap record in ALR around there. Are we going to break it? I think we've already almost broke, haven't we? Right then, as Echo is watching the football whilst he's waiting then, oh, look at this lovely shot here from Emerson as he comes out of the pits now for the Renault team then. And who is going? We've got both Williamses out there as well, I believe. It is so. It's Grant. He's the first man out on track then, and as Twang saying there, you feel he got robbed there. Can't imagine me. There's Twang is feeling a bit delicate over there, isn't he? We have also got Sam saying that this game is pretty hard, to be honest. Pushed too much and got invalidated. Darren saying at last my stream won't freeze. Yeah, I know. And we've also got I know. Anyway, then less said about that the better, shall we? We're watching Granty in the George Russell car 63. He's usually car 93. So you just got to spin the numbers upside down there, and we've got both Williams there in close company. And of course, Williams are the Constructors World Champions. Granty is the only man to win for the Williams team. So is that going to change here with Lost Souls tonight? Lost Souls is very much on it, isn't he? On it like a car bonnet as we go into the final 10 minutes of qualifying, and we're on board with Granty, who is the defending champion then. So we've got 9 cars then in qualifying rather than 10. It's like Twang is unfortunately bit the dust. He's in the hedge. So we've only got 9 cars there. Everyone is out on track apart from Dan Murphy and Fireshot. I assume that Fireshot is probably finding a meme or two, and Dan has probably got his feet up having a pizza. Right then, we're going into the final stage of this qualifying performance, and here we go then. Granty is on the lap, so is his teammate, and the Williams is way too close there. And look at this, as Granty is having to pull out there, and unfortunately because of that, he's going to invalidate his time there. Both Williams are very close there. That's unusual there from the Williams team, isn't it? Really, yeah, Lost Souls there is just not backing out, was he? So Granty there wants to be the first car over there. For me, we might have a bit of a McLaren situation from 2007 between Granty and Lost Souls. Interesting stuff then. So there might be a war within the war then, a war within the team camp then, perhaps then, for the Williams team, as we're just watching. We've got yellow flags there, just fluttering as Granty is just getting out of the way then, as unfortunately his time's been invalidated already because of the issues he's had with his teammate. So just watching Lost Souls then, as he is now coming into the second section as well. Love to be able to show the shot from Lost Souls of 48 there. Good stuff indeed. Then going over the curb and brilliant stuff. So you can see he just pressed on that purple button there. That was the DRS, and he's activated DRS. There's 3 DRS zones around this track. One on the start finish straight, one in between between 2 and 3, and also in between turn number 12 and 13 as well. Lost Souls is going to be the first man. Look at those brake discs glowing then as he comes out to the final corner then, and as Darren is saying, of course, the former Williams driver in his own right is saying that might be slingshot tactics there, pros from the Williams there, and he is on pole position. He's 3/10 of a second away from Jacob's all-time lap record so far around here. Emerson's a 10th away. He is second position at the moment now. It's a Mumford goes for it fast instead in the Alfa Romeo then for Murphy's out on track as well, as he decides to make an appearance and eat that cookie. Is the all-time lap record holder for ALR. He's done a 19.356 there, and he is on pole position. He is going for 3 wins in 3 races there for the cookie and ALR there. Of course, he's got to win 2 more. If he wins tonight, he has to win. Oh, his lights is invalid this time, and but he is on the front row. Red Bull 1-2 at the moment. Goodness me, it feels like the good old days of ALR. Remember season 1 of ALR, they were very dominant, weren't they? And now here comes Murphy there over the shoulder here from the Racing Point driver, or Tracing Point now, as someone said in the comments earlier on. Don't mind me, I'm getting disqualified because of multiple penalties because of track limits there. As Twang there is very pessimistic, isn't he, when he starts these races. Here comes Murphy. Murphy, of course, was about 3 pole position to his name in ALR so far, but he's never won a race, has he? He has won a race in bronze, but he's never won a race in gold. Here he comes there out of the final turn, then DRS is the name, but then he's almost as long as a feather. He is up to the line now. He goes 6 fastest there, a 10th of a second behind Mumford at the moment. Dan is then 7 cars to set a time then. Mr. Lee set a time as well, but it's eat the cookie there. He is going for, I think he's going for 3 pole positions as well then. So this is going to be his 3rd pole position of his ALR career in gold. Brilliant stuff indeed then. And Cookie there is really dominating so far, isn't he? You can remember he's a reserve driver at this moment in time then in the Max Verstappen car. Of course, but he is the next one to be called up if we do need a replacement for one of the full-time drivers then. And I'm sure that a lot of drivers will be very concerned by that. We've got Droftar saying it's Red Bull versus Williams there. Better be pessimistic with my DNF record there. Yeah, so let's talk about Twan's DNF record, shall we? Of course, he's had 25 starts in his ALR career, and he's only had 9 DNFs there, hasn't he? So, and 2 bad there. And then we've got a bit of a queue of the Red Bull team in the one there. So Red Bull 1-2. Then we have got Emerson in 3rd position there. Then we have Lost Souls in 4th. And then Mumford 5th. Murphy 6th. Mr. Elite 7th. Fireshot hasn't set a time yet. And nor has Granty at the moment, has he? So good stuff indeed then. Right then. So we're now going into the final part of qualifying then. I've got to say, this has been a fantastic qualifying, hasn't it? Really enjoyed this one. And of course the race is straight after this session as well, and so there's no waiting around, there's no going to sleep to digest what has happened the day before. You have to get straight on it. And talking of getting straight on it, Grant is back out on track as well, and so is his teammate Lost Souls. I've got to say, the 2 Williams boys there are A very close company again, isn't they? Goodness me, then. As Twang is very good with numbers there. Gooner saying only 9. They are rookie numbers there. Of course, Gooner actually has. If Gooner's happy for me to share it, then I'm sure he's always happy for me to share his secrets. But yeah, Gooner actually has in 47 race starts for gold. He has 23 DNFs there. So good stuff there from Gooner. Twang saying only 2/5 there out as down as on. Where's Glock? Of course, unfortunately, Glock is done in Rosberg, and he's decided to quit whilst he's on top of the mountain. Then it's unfortunate for Glock. I'm not sure where Glock is, but I don't think he just didn't fancy it for this season. Then, which is a shame, really, because I would have loved to see Glock up against Eat the Cookie, Young Lights, Emerson at the moment, and do not forget Lost Souls at the moment as well. Lost Souls was afforded a Glock side, wasn't he, for some of last season. On board once again then with Granty. I'm wondering if is it team play or is it, or I'm not sure. It's really interesting. Of course, remember Lost Souls has come up from silver, hasn't he? Granty, of course, is the man to beat, hasn't he? He's got a big target on his back. Granty has this season. Of course, he won in season 2, but season 3, the way he won it was so emphatic, wasn't it? A double world champion now in ALR, and we're on board with Granty once again. Then, and I'm wondering then if it is a bit of team play. Then it is a bit of slipstreaming. It is. It's very good stuff indeed there from the Williams there. So I got that completely wrong, and yeah, good stuff from Lost Souls and Granty. Great stuff there. I'm loving that. That's great teamwork, isn't it? From both Williams drivers and of course Williams won the constructors last season. They're going to be hard pressed to beat at the moment, aren't they? Of course, they do have Eat the Cookie. Red Bull have Eat the Cookie, don't they? And Red Bull looking very strong at the moment there for 1-2, but there's no points in qualifying. There's only points in the race, isn't there? As I just taking a look there, and there's Sam saying I think he left ALR. We've also got Sam saying can't remember what the beef was. There's a lot of beef in my life. I do love a bit of beef. I love a bit of meat. I've got a lot of meat around me as well. You know, we've also got Twan saying poor you, Gouda. No, that's a DNF record. Gouda's very proud of his DNF record, isn't he? And so he should be there. We've also got Gouda got the wrong sat nav last season, didn't he? Darren said there. We've also got Sam saying interesting tactics by the Williams. There is very interesting tactics. I wasn't expecting a slipstream in Australia, to be honest. Australia's not one of the tracks where you probably don't really need a slipstream, but I suppose every little helps, isn't it? As they say in Asda. Right then, as they come up to the line now, here comes Granty. He is second at the moment. He's a tenth of a second away from Eat the Cookie. My goodness me, then these times are absolutely incredible. 3 cars have broken the all-time lap record around here in ALR. That's fantastic. And Granty there, almost a whisker away there from getting pole position. That would have been his 7th pole position of his career for Granty. He is currently sat on 6th at the moment there. Cookie is going for 3 pole positions in a row. Brilliant stuff indeed then. We've got Murphy who's out on track at the moment. He has 3 pole positions. He didn't have any last season, I don't think, but the season before he was fantastic, wasn't he? Murphy was there. I think he was driving for the Ferrari last season, in season 2, wasn't he? Good stuff indeed there. Darren saying that totally there was slipstream. Yeah, good spot there from Darren there. I thought there was a bit of fisticuffs going on, but no, I'm being a very pessimistic man, and they're always looking on the dark side of on the darker side of life there, and as Darren saying crafty gentleman there. We've also got Gooner saying hopefully it's going to work this season, Darren. As I think there's also a trap map as well, Gooner as well, which I'm not sure if you could switch on or not. Dan Murphy there is on an outlap at the moment. We've got Granty there, who's just come back in the pits at the moment. He's a 10th of a second away, less than a 10th of a second away from Cookie. Cookie has been undefeated so far in qualifying in any of the ALR sessions, including silver as well, hasn't he, Cookie? But yeah, good stuff there from Cookie there, right on it from the get-go. Brilliant stuff indeed then. And I think we're just waiting for Dan, who is currently just about to start us up now. Let's go on board with Dan Murphy. Show the man who's been on pole position 3 times in his ALR career. Of course, his best ALR season was actually back in season 1 of 2018, wasn't it? Formula 1 2018. Dan Murphy was. He finished 3rd that season, but I think his strongest season was definitely season 2, wasn't it? I think he finished 4th in the end, didn't he? He had a really good season that season, though, I feel, for Dan. And let's see what he can do this season. And you can see there's that car is not looking very grippy, though, is it? It's not on rails, is it? Like some of the cars have been on board. If he's 41 second up there, he's invalidated his time. Dan has. He has enough time to go around again, but yeah, it's struggling a bit there. Cookie is back all up the road. Let's go on board with the man who hasn't been defeated in qualifying yet, and he is driving the Red Bull Racing as well then. Good stuff indeed then. And as Young Lights saying, went on used tyres, damn. So yeah, Young Lights might have a couple of attempts in the back there. So we're going to have a very interesting indeed. Cookie is at a so-so first sector. It's not a personal best there from Cookie. Oh goodness me then. And we've also got Darren saying Cookie's in silver, right? No, he is. I think he is just a reserve driver. And so Cookie, oh, he's involved this time. He's gone wide at turn 9 there. Well, the exit at turn 9 and turn 10, and he is going to have to go around again. So Murphy is in the pits. Murphy is done. He is in 7th finish then. Mumford is the next man to go through, and he comes out of turn 10. Let's see what Mumford could do then. And oh gosh, Murphy is retired from the session, and he is 7th, and that's the highest he's going to be here tonight. Then I'm loving all your comments there. Mumford very well then on the exit turn 12. Oh goodness me then. And Grant is retired from the session as well. So Granty is also out. So in the mode, who is going to be able to stop Cookie? Who's going to knock Cookie off his perch then? Cookie ain't going to get a time, I don't think. But then again, I might be a couple of seconds behind. We'll find out. I am a couple of seconds behind. Standard stuff in the ALR. Oh, Mumford invalidating this time then. Let's see. Has he got enough time now to get through? No, he's finished for the day. Mumford is, unfortunately. We got a Williams Park there. He exit turn 12. But luckily he's disappeared. Fireshot has a set of time here. I keep thinking that's a Canadian leaf on his helmet there. So Fireshot, of course, from the Netherlands. So a basic photo to Zam for round 5 of the season. Of course, we got an official calendar this season and not a random one, which is much easier for us, isn't it? Because we know what to expect. Fireshot then coming out of turn at 12 as well. Then now flicking it into 14. Lovely stuff. He's got one. Fireshot has, and that is the problem where you leave it so late then, and that's not good at all. Mr. Elite then in the Esteban Ocon car then, and Fireshot getting on his way beautifully then. Unfortunately for Fireshot, he is done, isn't it? He comes up to the line. And is Mr. Elite going to improve? I don't think it is. He's improved by 2 thousandths of a second. Lost Souls is in full position then. And it's a Red Bull Williams. That's a fantastic start then to the season, isn't it? What about Emerson? He wants to throw his hat in the ring, doesn't he? Let's see what he could do. Is it going to be enough? It's enough! He's on pole position! Emerson is on pole position for the Australian Grand Prix! The Cookie is not going to get through! What about Young Lights? He's invalid this time! And Emerson has really spoiled the party, hasn't he? In his first drive for the Renault team, he is on pole position there, Emerson is. If there's an Achilles heel for Emerson, it was the fact that his 1 lap pace was not great, and that is actually his 5th pole position of his career, so fantastic stuff there from Emerson. Really well done there. At the death, he snatched it. Great qualifying. I absolutely adored this qualifying session. Really well done there for Emerson. Really good stuff indeed then. And that is his first pole position of the season there. Starting off as he means to go on there. Brilliant stuff. And look at that row 1 there. That is fantastic, isn't it? Really well done then. It's just taking a quick look then. All the comments are flying in there. They're loving it. They're loving it. Well, I am anyway. As Darren saying, if I got, I was going to quit. I think he's in terms of Glot there. We've also got Mumford saying his best quality, really good stuff indeed there. Jonathan saying in 2019 the game would have invalidated there. Twan saying GG Emerson, really good stuff indeed there. 4 thousandths of a second separates Emerson and Cookie. What a start to season 4 of ALR. Oh, this is going to be fantastic. And Granty only 49 hundredths of a second away as well. That is your top 3 from Albert Park. And I must say then it's once again then it's the familiar names there at the top of the sheets, isn't it? Really good stuff from all those drivers out there. Twan saying track limits are brutal. GG Mumford got some pace this year. He really has, hasn't he? Cookie is a reserve. So it says that on Discord. Indeed it does that. Ayrton saying get in Emerson. We've also got Darren saying good luck Granty and Emerson. So get in there. Get in there Emma. We've also got Light saying GG Emerson then. So we're now into the so that's the first qualifying performance done and dusted then of ALR. Well, that's some technical difficulties. Now I've got a body difficulty as I am now perspirating like a waterfall. I'm going to have to quickly get a towel and I wipe the sweat off my brow. Right then, we're going to get ready into qualifying. And as you can see, there's a lovely timer right at the top now, which is absolutely beautiful, isn't it? So I don't have to strain my eyes or anything. I was thinking I was going to have to go to the Specsavers, wasn't I, as I keep straining my eyes. Anyway then, yes, we are now ready then. 20 cars are going to take the start for Australia. We only had 16 cars take a start this time. In that last time we was in Australia. Right then. And yeah, Darren saying that ever that not looked that quick in a pre-season now. Yeah, Emerson, I think it might have been sandbagging now. Same with Grant as well. I was writing Granty off really. Well, I wasn't writing him off as such there, but I was quite surprised of how far back he was. But again, then I think he might have been sandbagging like a lot of drivers there. Lights there though, showing some pre-season promise there, and doing a cracking job in a fourth position there. Souls are making the jump up. He is the highest of the silver promotees in fifth position. Lovely stuff. And Mumford doing a cracking job in sixth position. Let's go for the grid from front to back. I forgot how to I forgot how to change the telemetry there, so yeah, bear with. There we go. Anyway then, so here we go, 29 laps then around Australia, and here we go then. This is where we want to start this is where we want to start the championship in Australia, and I hope you're having a good day out there as the Australians go. Good time, right? So yep, and this has been a very good day indeed then. Let's go for the grid, 29 laps, and on pole position there for the 5th time in his career, for the first time this season, it is Emerson. Cracking lap there. Cookie is second on row 1 there. Cookie's going for his 3rd race win in a row there. That's brilliant stuff there from the Red Bull driver. Granty in 3rd position. Then we have Young Lights in 4th there. Lost Souls, as I said, the highest of the silver promotees. He's in 5th position, and it's the first of the soft runners. Mumford in 6th position as well. He's in the Alfa Romeo, doing a cracking job. Mumford is. He's right up there, isn't he? Murphy on the medium tires. He is in 7th position there. We have Mr. Elite, soft tires in 8th position. Good stuff. Fire Shot didn't get a time in 9th position, and Twang unfortunately got disqualified for being a naughty boy. Farf is on the hard tires in the Ferrari. That's interesting stuff there from Farf. In 11th position there. Total P's on the soft tires in top position. He got to choose those tires, didn't he? Drop Fast also on the hard tires with Alhan as well. The two, it's an all former silver row in 13th and 14th position. Jonathan, then the man who was quick here, wasn't he? And the man was on pole position last season. He's on the medium tires in the McLaren in 15th. Sammy in 16th. Exile 17th. Milan 18th. Echo 19th. And Nigel is in at 20th position then. And of course with Schumacher helmet on as well then. Right, here we go. This is what you've all been waiting for. We are about to get going then. We are about to get racing down under in the Australian Grand Prix then. Where, watch for the lights. Here we go then. And there are 4, 5, they're all jittering back and forth, but we are going Australia. Not now, but we will be going in a minute. And this once again, that I am so far behind. Now we're going for the Australian Grand Prix. Emerson gets away well, and look all the tire smoke there. And they come down to turn 1. Emerson covers off Cookie, and they go into turn 1. How are they all going? Then of course they might be a bit rusty there. And let's take a look. There is no drama. Oh, there's an Alfa Romeo on the grass, but Emerson leads. Cookie is second. Then we have Young Lights in 3rd position. Grant has dropped down to 4th position. He's dropped down to 5th then, as his teammate swipes through as well. Look at that's going to be a sandwich. Mumford's had a problem then, and that's an Alpha Tauri off. That's an Alpha Tauri off, I should say. And Twang has dropped down a competition as well. And a yellow flag in 1 then. Is what's going on in 1? It's Echo. He is spun around. He's had some issues there. And Mumford is retired from the session. Mumford and Firesoft come. Oh my goodness me! There's a 5-second penalty. We have a safety car. 1 lap. We haven't even done 1 lap already, and already it's gone to pot. Oh goodness me! And Echo there. I think Echo will be happy with that. But Mumford, who was on fire. And he is out of qualifying. By the way, that's an amazing graphic. I love it. But Mumford and Fireshot both out of the race already. Those two men were hoping for a major season this season, and it's all gone wrong straight away, straight from the off. Oh dear. So safety car is out, and let's see what if this is going to do anything in terms of strategy and things like that. Is anyone going to come into the pits and change tires there? Eager Beavers there on the opening lap of a new season there, and Fireshot left for session as well. Both out of this race, and not a good start there for Beaver. Then Mumford was looking a strong contender, was in this race for some major points for the Alfa Romeo. His teammate Milan there is right down in the back of the road. Is anyone coming in the pits then? I've seen a couple of cars there who got a Farf in the pits there. He jumped up to 8th position there, but Farf is in the pits, and Total Peas is also in the was also in the pits as well. So look, he's also got a 5-second penalty, so really it's no penalty at all, is it? Because you're serving it under the safety car. And Such a shame there, isn't it? Yeah, so unfortunately we've lost Far Shot. We have lost them for those are the first two retirements. And here in ALR Gold, then for the Australian Grand Prix, then safety cars at the moment. We've got a queue in the background. Both AlphaTauris are in the pits, and they're changing the nose cone now of XR. Now Total Pete's then coming out of the pits now then in the AlphaTauri then. So he is out, and Jonathan is also. Oh goodness me! Then as XR they're chopping off the nose cone there of the McLaren. Echo is also on the pits as well on the hard tires then. So Farf is on the medium tires, and we've also got Mulan on the medium tires as well, as is Nigel and Droffast, who didn't come in the pits. Actually, did they come in the pits? I don't think they did. Mulan on the medium, Farf on the medium as well. Pease is on the hard tires as well for Echo, and Exile and Jonathan are on the medium compound tires. As Fireshot got crashed by Mumford there, as unfortunately there is not a good start to the season there for Fireshot, is it? All for Mumford, two men who I was expecting some good things this season. As Darren said, you can't serve penalties under the safety car. Well, I think you could on the last game, couldn't you? Which is really not fair, is it, if you think about it? But I'm sure that they were serving penalties. Well, Farfus definitely serving this, because the Ferrari car, he's just didn't touch the car for 5 seconds, did they? On board with the leader, though, this Emerson. Remember, he was fantastic around here last season, wasn't he? But let's see if he could do the same this season. He's got a couple of eager drivers behind him, haven't he? One of them's Cookie. We've got Lights up there as well, and Lost Souls and Granty, the champion, only 5th at the moment now. I say only 5th there in this strong field. I think that's very good, isn't it, for Grant? But unfortunately, he lost a couple of positions there off the start. Let's take a look at the position change, shall we? Granty down 2 positions there, up 5 positions. Milan, good stuff. Nigel up 8 positions there. Of course, he was last, wasn't he, after qualifying? Now he is up 8 positions. Good stuff indeed. Then. And the other big loser there is Farf, dropping down 3 positions as well. Unfortunately, Mumford and Fireshot out of the race. And that's the reason for the safety car at the moment. We've got pit stop drama. Jonathan is back in the pits. And Farf is Sammy's also in the pits as well then. And there's the McLaren mechanics coming down there. We're on board there with Jonathan, and he is coming in then. And he is going to change the tyres. Remember, Jonathan is usually famous for car 25. Tonight he is 55 then. And he is in and out as well. Sam also coming out of the pits as well. Sam, who's usually got car 2, is now car 8 tonight, isn't he? I hope they do get their own numbers eventually in this game, as I quite like that. Anyway, Sam out on medium tires, Jonathan back out on the hard tires as well then. So that was strategical call there. There was no damage on the cars, I don't believe. So yes, that's why they came in the pits then. So on lap 3 then, we've had a safety car already. We haven't even had a lap of racing yet. Cookie there would like to stay behind Emerson as much as possible, won't he? As Emerson, I got to say, that was a cracking lap from Emerson. That was a brilliant lap. Maybe was it his lap of his career? Possibly. I thought his first ever qualifying, his first ever pole position in Japan was absolutely fantastic, wasn't he? In that season 2 there from Emerson, that was a brilliant lap. But one of my favourites, I think, from Emerson's lap point of view. But yeah, I think that lap earlier on was brilliant, wasn't it? I got hats off to Emerson. Really good stuff indeed. Thank you all for joining us as well tonight. It's brilliant stuff indeed there. I can't believe we've got 23 of you watching us at the moment. Absolutely great stuff indeed there. I'd like to hear your comments, your views, and all that kind of stuff. As I up here, as once again I'm more of it. I'm just going to erase it in just a few moments time as well then. Right then, and here we go then for Emerson, and he is going to be back racing in just a few moments then. And this should be interesting indeed then, as now then we're just on board there with Emerson. Sorry, I was just reading there. Is Sam's overtake is stuck on there at the moment now, so that's not good there for Sam, is it? So Sam's got a problem there in the Haas there. He's having awful issues at the moment, isn't it? Really good stuff indeed then. As Sim Race is saying, good to hear your voice again, Sean, and hashtag no homo. Haha. Right then, we're back racing then, and here we go then. As Emerson, and lovely shot here from the steering wheel, but Sam's got a problem there where his overtake is stuck on then. As Jonathan's got a 5-second penalty, he's also fear collision there with Sam in the background, so it's not going to talk about it. But lap 3 completed then. Oh, as a Cookie's gone white then, but as a Twang there is also, oh my goodness me, Lost Souls there is battling with Twang then, as they're going side by side out turn 1 and 2. 3-second penalty, the penalties are racking up there. Remember, it's brutal on the penalties, isn't it? As how we're coming down, it's got a yellow flag there, and who is it? It's an Alfa Romeo. 2 Alfa Romeos are in the war, so one's out of the race already. Jonathan's in the pits there, he's changing the nose cone again on that McLaren. It's a brutal day, a brutal start to the championship, isn't it? Darren said for Sam to clean his button. So Emerson's got a 8/10 for a second gap at the moment then, but it's all to play for the back, isn't it? Nigel is the second behind Droftas. Why he's more? He's alongside Droftas. He passes Droftas and moves up into 11th position. 5 results on the outside. Oh my goodness me! Where's Droftas? Droftas has had to. He's had some problems there. Droftas has, and now he's dropped right down in the 13th position. Now he's dropped down 2 positions. He's dropped down to 14th. Droftas is having some issues out of the Ferrari, isn't he? Twang's got a 3-second penalty. There's going to be a lot of penalties in this race, and I have no doubt about that. Then good stuff indeed. Then for. Good 17 as they come up into turn 13 as well. Look at that! Look at that AlphaTauri having a good old look there at Droftas, but nothing ventured enough again. Droftas down in 14th position, and Sam, who's having issues with his overtake button, it looks like it's off now then, because we can tell from, as Emerson sets fast on bridge, we can tell because there's a green bar, isn't there? So then, as we've had our first off a race, and then here in ALR Gold, and it's 7-10 to a second at the moment. Then Grant is now starting to find his feet there, and he's now starting to put pressure on the second Red Bull of Young Lights as well. Oh goodness gracious me! Exile has passed Pete, and he has moved up into a 13th position there. So I have to make sure I got my P's and Q's in the right way. Haha. Anyway, as Pete's out, he's got to have a look. No, not quite. Exile is in 13th position mode, and the AlphaTauri, a beautiful looking car, isn't it? To say the least. Lost Souls there is a. Oh my goodness me! Lost Souls there just about kept on the wall, but he has damaged the Williams there. Lost Souls has. Oh no, he's spun it again. Then Chris Martin spun it out in the 2012, and oh my goodness me! This is perilous, because we got ghosted on, but Lost Souls had a good qualifying. He is going to get disqualified. He is disqualified for driving the wrong way around, and oh goodness gracious me! Then that's a shame there for Lost Souls. He is out of the race. That's our first disqualified, first disqualification of the season. Milan is on the having a look there at Jonathan as well. Then and look, this is the battle for the lead. Then look at those cars. 1, 2, 3, 4 in the same shot. Then. And we got Farfare who's passed Nigel. Nigel is down into 10th position mode. He's in the midfield and mode. Nigel's very usually very clean and consistent, but at this stage, isn't he? He's really struggling, isn't he? In that Mercedes, and Either Cookie is set to fast on the race. Either Cookie is starting to find his feet, isn't he? And also might be finding his teeth as well. So we're coming through the complete another lap here in Australia, and Exile is down. Oh, as Nigel there is going to defend there. He's going to give him a good squeeze out, but Exile's on the outside. Nigel's on the inside. Oh! And Exile is through. He's passed. He's up into 10th for this. He's in the points. It's a top 10 to score points. And now Nigel's going to have to defend now from Pease. Pease is adjusting the settings on the steering wheel. So Exile Pease is going to go on the outside. Oh, now he's out to and it's getting very dicey in the midfield, isn't it? Between Droftas and Pease. And a lovely shot here from the headicam. I'm loving that. Now then, as a Cookie is starting to really reel in. Then Emerson. Then Emerson is usually very good around here, isn't he? But he's got a very quick Cookie behind him, hasn't he? Cookie's got a 3-second penalty as well, and these penalties starting to rack up. Twang is on the inside of Mr. Elite. He passes Elite and then moves up into 7th position. Elite in the first opening races of a season is usually very strong. He finished 4th in Russia, didn't he? Last season 1 then. So so Mr. Elite once again then really very much on the prowl. So Nigel's had some problems there, hasn't he? I think he lost the rear end there in turn 12, and now Echo is through as well. Echo is up in the 30th position. Nigel's going to go back up and under. And very close indeed there, but Echo there, Nigel very calm, and he is back up into 13th position then. Good stuff indeed then to come down into turn 15. Lovely stuff indeed then. I know, so just taking a look up and down the order at the moment. The close battle is actually between Echo and Nigel then, as they're coming down into turn in the Brundle turn there. Of course, as the Brundle turn, as Brundle went over the back of Johnny Herbert, and now Nigel's dropping down the order again, and Nigel really strong at this stage, isn't he? Look at that! Oh my goodness me! There is Echo is giving him a squeeze, and he's going into the Brundle turn, and nothing ventured the mountain. Then, so just taking a look, then back on board then with the leaders. And this is in turn 9 and 10 then from the Red Bull driver Cookie, going for his 3rd race win in 3 races. Absolutely fantastic stuff, isn't it? And there's a Bailey Smith saying Emerson is on another level. He was, wasn't he, when Bailey said that comment there? But of course, a lot has changed since that comment was wrote. We've also got Darren saying Cookie is saving hers there, guaranteed. And Eric saying let's rock, Nigel, head up. You're going perfect there. And Nigel at the moment there down in 14th position, but he's on the hard tire, I believe. So Nigel's definitely very much going for the long game, isn't he? And now Lights in the Granty is now starting to lock horns, isn't he? In the battle for the final rostrum place at the moment in time now. And I got to say, that behind them is getting very fraught, isn't it? Farfar is currently on the back of Alhan. Alhan is on the hard tyres. According to that, Alhan hasn't done any laps on the hard tyres, which I'm not sure if I believe that, to be honest. No, his lap counter's not working. Anyway then, but Farfar at the inside, he passes Alhan. He moves up to 8th position. Good stuff there. Very nice done from Farf. He's on the medium tyres, remember that. But now is Alhan going to try and come back in. Jonathan has got another problem there, hasn't he? He's had another penalty there to add to his race time at the end then. And now we've got Nigel there, who is just a 3/10 of a second away from Echo. Can Nigel find his feet as well? But we'll have to come back to that later, because look at this. This is the battle for the lead then. We've got 21 laps to go. On board with Cookie then, taking the 2 bites of the cherry, isn't he, on that Red Bull to get through into turn number 9 and 10 then. And now then we're on the long left-hander. It's not really, the long left-hander is not really a corner as such, is it? Emerson there is very much there under pressure, isn't he, from Cookie? Look at him! And in the background as well, the other Red Bull driver is having some issues as well. He's going to go on the outside. As we remember last season, Emerson went on the outside of Jonathan through that corner, didn't he? A fantastic manoeuvre there from Emerson. This time the shoe is on the other foot, isn't it? And he comes into turn 15 as well, the slowest part of the course. And he will have DRS then going down in turn 1. Look, there's also Lights and Granty in the background as well. DRS is enabled then for Cookie. And here he is, and that is the drag reduction system. And the rear wing is open. And let's see what he can do as he comes down into turn 1. Emerson there is just too quick at the moment. Mr. Lee is in the pits then for the Renault team. Of course, that is Emerson's teammate. Renault having a good time going there. Oh, but Emerson's having a good time there. As if Cookie's going to go on the outside. He fights, but Emerson there just going wide and keeps the lead then. Cookie there all over the gearbox of that Renault car. And a yellow flag free because Mulan is out of the race then. The debutant there having a bit of a problem there, isn't he? He has crashed, and that's a virtual safety car. Is anyone going to roll the dice there? Mr. Lee then may not have got all of the dividends of that, has he? But as Emerson has got a 3-second penalty and a 5-second penalty. Did I see that right? He didn't get 2, did he? Oh dear, Emerson is in a bit of problems there as well, because apparently a severe collision as the car behind him went into the back of him there. I'm not sure. We can't really call it, can we? I doubt that Emerson would have broke test him, but yeah, that's not great, is it? And now then is we're going to get back racing in just a few moments of time then. And we now got Young Lights, Granty also back as well. Got 2 racing points doing a good job in 5th and 6th. Lovely stuff indeed then. Just taking a look. Then we've got Total Peas and XR very close to each other as well in the Haas and the AlphaTauri. We've also got Nigel there in Echo. We're back green, and Farf has got a drive-through penalty for speeding under the virtual safety car. He might have gone a bit too quick there, Farf has. And of course, as I said, as we have all heard about from the drivers, these are very brutal, isn't it? These penalties are. We've lost 4 cars already in this race then. Lap 10 then. Let's see, as Twang is in the pits. We've also got Farf in the pits as well then, as I think he's probably just serving that penalty, which is such a shame, isn't it? Alhan is moved up to 6th position. He's doing a good job, isn't he? Alhan at the moment, very quietly moving up the field. Darren said it happened to him last night there, where someone hit him at the rear and he got a penalty then, so I think that might have to be reviewed after the race then, wasn't it? Of course, we need both footages, because we can't just say that that doesn't deserve to be a penalty, because Emerson might have broke tested him, which I highly doubt he has really, because Emerson, that's not in Emerson's DNA, is it? Anyway then, as we're just coming now out of turn 10 as well then, Emerson there is under a lot of pressure, isn't he? As now Mr. Lee is also past Farf as well, as they're having a ding-dong of a battle actually of Farf and Mr. Litar, but I'm just too intrigued in this battle at the moment. What's happening? Oh, and it's out of the race and his car is still going or thereabouts. Jonathan's done, I should say. His car is just peeling off to the side, then we're back on board then with the leaders once again. Then this is very good stuff indeed then, isn't it? Just trying to look back, and now Sammy there is now starting to put the pressure on Nigel as well. We've also got the other Mercedes and Haas there battling as well between Exile and Jonathan Self-Session there. Very disappointed there for Jonathan. And We've also got problems there as well as now we had XR and Total Pisa battling away as well on Alhan, as both Mercedes are under a lot of pressure at this moment in time. Then as John was saying, is going to be better in Bahrain. Of course, that is in a week's time, of course. Then in ALR, then so good stuff indeed. There we've also got Grant there, who's all over the back of Young Lights once again. We got some great battles there. It's Emerson and Cookie. Then it's Lights and Granty. Got another 3 second penalty at the moment as well. We've got 2/10 of a second there between these guys here. Oh, goodness me, then this is getting very fraught, isn't it? Alhan on hard tires, then Exile and Peas there. Well, no, Peas on hard tires as well. We got to eat the Cookie. He is rolling the dice. He is in the pits there. He is coming into the pits then for the second place man at the moment. So coming around the final turn then, and a lot of surprised DNFs there. There's a lot of DNFs there I'm quite surprised by, as well as there's Cookie there. It's just calling the pits up the inside. XR. Oh, he's gone wide there. And now Alhan, can he come back up and under then? We're just watching now then. We're just watching then. And look at this out. No, because Tall Peas is just stuck up the inside. He's now going on the outside then. Not quite then. Nigel's got a 3 second penalty as well. Nigel, the season, the first ever ALR champion. I'm a bit of a nightmare out there at the moment, isn't he? Twang is set the fast on the race, and Twang is not messing about anymore, is he? And he is now flying in the race as well, and back on board. That is, you can see, I thought that was David Coulthard with them when I was on board with Peter. I was getting very excited indeed there. Of course, David Coulthard, one of my favourite drivers when I first started watching F1 there. Good stuff indeed there. As a Total P then is 6/10 of a second away from XR at the moment. XR is moving himself into 5th position. Lovely stuff indeed there from XR. Good stuff. Right, Cookie is now on the hard tires then, and that should be it then for the end of the race then for Cookie. We'll see what that strategy entails then, but I don't expect Cookie to be back in the pits again. And the question is then, he's going for the undercut here, but needs to come out in traffic. He hasn't done too badly, has he? He is coming up behind Droft fast as well. Pit lane, and into the pits there comes the man who's leading the race then. Twang has got another penalty then, but you can see that it's not red. Oh, look at that, that's the 5 second penalty that we talked about, and look at how much time is costing Emerson. He's in and out, and let's see what the Young Lights is also. I think the Young Lights have a 5 second penalty as well, possibly, and that is really cost. Look at that, that's going to cost Emerson. That's cost Emerson a huge blow in this race, hasn't it? He should come out in free air. Will he? Because that goes out. Now Emerson there comes out just in front of Nigel. Nigel's going to go up and under. Nigel is going to go up and under. He passes. Also, Cookie has passed Droft fast as well. And now then there's and look at this, and Emerson going on the outside. Oh, very different tuck there. And they go into turn 3. As either Cookie is now passed Droft ass and moved up a position as well. Peas is now under pressure there from XR in second position with Alhan in a 3rd position as well. Lovely stuff indeed then. And now we got 3 tenths of a second. And Emerson is now out on a new fresh boot set. Lights was out there as well. I think Lights had a penalty as well, didn't he? There is a lot of penalties out there, isn't there? Because this game is very brutal on the old penalty isn't it? Twang is very close to the back of Farf at the moment, isn't it? In 12th and 30th position there. Twang is on the soft tyres there. I think he'll have to go in the pits again. Same with Farf as well, because Farf had a drive-through penalty, didn't he? As well, then it's now we come into turn number 11 and 12. Yellow flag. What's going on then? There's a yellow flag as it's one of the Haas's, I think, who's had an issue into turn 1 then. Grant, he hasn't come in the pits yet. Oh, goodness me. And oh, look at that. The Twang there is through. He passes Farf. He moves up into 12th position there. Farf has dropped down into a 13th position there. Good overtaken there from good overtaken there indeed there from Twang. And where's Cookie? Cookie is now 3 tenths of a second away from Alhan. And Farf has got another penalty indeed. Then that's it. These penalties are rocking up. And now then is Cookie is also racking them up. He is up into a 4th position there. Lovely stuff indeed there from Cookie. And you can see there's a bit more traffic there. Emerson is 4 seconds back at the moment, isn't he? He has lost an awful lot of time because of those penalties, hasn't he? Milan has left the session and he's out of the race. We're down to 15 cars there, and we're only coming up to half distance there, isn't it? It's been a brutal old race, hasn't it? And in terms of DNFs, I remember in the first race in Austria of this season of the actual Formula 1 season, he was It is very brutal to say at least, wasn't it? I think we only had 11 or 12 cars finished, didn't we? Which is very unusual for one-day Formula 1. We might get that here today. We might even get less than that. And now then is a Cookie is now up into third position. He's now starting to really flex his muscles on this race, isn't he? Really good stuff there for Cookie. But is Exo going to try and come back at him? I think that they're in different races, aren't they? Exo's done 12 laps on the medium tyres, similar to Granty's tyres as well. As Granty's trying to extend it. I wonder if Granty's trying to see if he can get to the soft tyre. Remember, that was the winning strategy around here last season. Murphy has got by Nigel. Nigel is just really fighting that car, isn't he? Really struggling, Nigel is at the moment there in the Mercedes. And then you can see we're on board with him now that he's got to get to grips with the new ALR system. And oh, look at this, he's also sneaking around because Lights in the background as well, also trying to come through the field as well. At this moment in time, I think Grant is actually in front of Lights unless Granty has an issue. And now then Lights is out on the outside passes Nigel. Oh, very close there. I thought he was going to pinch each other there on the exit, but nope. Lights is through number 10 position as well. Good stuff indeed then. There's battles all over the show at the moment, isn't there? There's all kinds of different strategy out there. As Pease there is a 14.3 seconds. The gap hasn't changed, has it, in the past couple of hours between Granty and Pease? And so is Granty. Those tires are starting to fall off a cliff per se. And he wants to go on those soft tires. Remember, you have to make a mandatory pit stop in this race, don't you? Of course, you have to use two types of compound tires, whereas the softer the hard, the medium or the hard, or the softer the medium. As long as the two different types of compounds, that's all that matters. And look at this, that is Echo. It's just giving Dan a bit of a squeeze there. He's trying to give him the frighteners. Dan ain't got off. No, that he is through another doing position. Lovely stuff. And Pease has dropped down into a third, second position. Oh no, he hasn't, because he's come back at the Cookie. Oh my goodness me, there's contact. And Pease, a lovely bit of drifting there. Goodness me. Oh, he's also locked up as well. That looks spectacular, but that's not the quickest way around this track, is it? But Pease really not giving up there, is he? I think that's his own race burn, but that's not his race there, is it? But that is still cracking stuff, to say the least, isn't it? Back on board then with Lights then, and his next target is Echo, who is in 9th position as well. Echo didn't finish the season last season. He had some connection issues, didn't he? I know about that. But now then he is now starting to, he's having to defend, isn't he? Because Lights is all over the back of him, isn't he? Lights is trying to go on the inside. There's almost the cars with, well, Lights made a cars with. He is on the inside. He passes Echo, and he is up in the 9th position. Lovely, lovely stuff indeed there. Simply lovely, as Verstappen says, but I think Lights in the Albon car. Target's gone. Oh, no, he's got it. I think Nakajima crashed there in 2009. It's a virtual safety car. And that is a big shut there for Twang. He was on a fantastic race. And he is out of it. Oh, goodness me there. Yeah, it's where Nakajima crashed in 2009. Not good at all. And you can see that Sam there it's just been lapped as well in the Haas. He needs to keep going, doesn't he? Sam does. Because he could potentially get some points out of this as well then. This is very difficult stuff indeed then. Right then is now we got, oh, Sam has gone into the wall there. He has damaged the car, and that is a lot of end plate damage as well then. And now then so that is good. That is difficult indeed then. Granty's in the pits on lap 16 out of 29 then. I think he wants that first safety car to stay out, didn't he? DR spin enabled. There's a bit of Sam's front wing now on the track there. Lap 17 then. Cookie leads then. Pease is second. Exile in third position there. Granty's coming out of the pits now. Is it going to be in front of Emerson? No, he isn't. Emerson is still in front, but I think Granty should be in front of Young Lights. He is in front of Young Lights. So Granty's on the soft tires now. He's got to do 12 laps on those soft tires. Can it be done then? Here we go then, because I got to say then, I'm a bit roach with the strategy anyway, but even so, I was a bit roach to the strategy anyway, but even so, oops, sorry, I knocked the telemetry off. I'm getting too excited. I need to keep my hands still. Keep my hands to myself. But yes, is those soft tires going to last for soft tires going to last for 12 laps is the question, isn't it? So as we're now on board then with Young Lights then, as he is now homing in on Dan. They're both on the exact same strategy at this stage of the race. So Lights, I think, is just generally quicker than Murphy at this stage of proceeds. At this stage of the season then, Cookie's now got 2 second gap, and Murphy's got a 3 second penalty as well. There is a lot of penalties out there, and they're also starting to spread out now. So Cookie's now got 2.2 second gap over Pease, who's second. Exile in third position as well. Those guys haven't stopped just yet. Then we have dropped Das up in the fourth position there, navigating his way through. Remember, his best goal finish, I should say, was in USA, his debut of gold, and he's once again doing a great job today then. Emerson is in fifth position. The man who was on pole position unfortunately got a 5-second penalty, just or unjust, I'm not sure, but because of that, he is down in 5th position. Granty is in 6th position then, and of course he is and of course he is down in 6th position now. He's on the soft targets. The question is whether he's going to be able to get to the end then. Then we have Murphy in 7th position, and Young Lights in 8th position there. He also had a penalty as well, which is why he's a bit further back. Echo in 9th position, Nigel in 10th position, Farf just outside the points in 11th, Alhan in 12th, Mr. Leak 13th, and Sammy is in 14th position then as well then, as Andrew Cave has gone Cookie. We have also got Darren saying the comments in stream is not in sync. Then, yeah, I think that there's some issues, isn't there? We've also got Mitch going KV as well. Then, as they are getting very happy to see Cookie right on the top end of the timesheets at the moment. Good stuff, indeed. Then, right then, it's now we're back on board. Then it says now we've got Emerson and Grant. He's quite close. We've also got Droftas. Droftas is up the inside. He passes. No, then it's Emerson up the inside. Contact. Oh my goodness me, there's contact between Droftas and Emerson, and Droftas there, oh dear then, very difficult to overtake there, isn't it? And now then, as you can see, he's trying to recover back onto the track, and Nigel then is Nigel's in 9th position there, Farf in 10th position, as Droftas down into 11th position, and after that contact then, Sam is out of the race then, he was having a very tired time out there, and that's unfortunate for Sam, isn't it? Now then, Granty then is really putting the pressure, isn't he, on Emerson as well. He's also got the fastest lap of the race then. Now we're on board then, look at this, look at the side action here, and he's gone on the inside. That's a fantastic maneuver there from Granty, and he is through and up into 4th position there. Emerson dropping down to 5th position now then, in the red there for Emerson, and of course then it's I do feel sorry for Emerson, as I feel that that 5-second penalty we didn't see on screen there, but I don't think that was right. Was it Rafa saying this is better than the real Formula 1 for sure? It was a bit of a damp squib, wasn't it, in Budapest earlier on today, wasn't it? It's a shame it wasn't more damper on track, really, was it? As Granty is now really putting the hammer down. It's the XR there on the medium tires, and he's up the inside. He passes XR and he goes through and up in the 3rd position, and Granty is very much on the mission there. He's on those soft tires. He's got a 6-second deficit between himself and the leader at the moment, which is Cookie, going for 3 wins in 3 races in his ALR Gold career. Fantastic stuff, isn't it? Lovely shot there, by the way. That's fantastic. I love it. Really good stuff indeed then. And now then, Emerson is now all over the back of XR as well. I think Peas and XR, do they need to stop again? I'm not sure if they do need to stop again, but the question is, those tires going to let him go to the end then? That's the question. Emerson up the inside, and look at this, XR giving him just about enough Swift, but XR is now coming to the pits there, and away he goes then. Now we've got a couple of questions which we need to answer in the final stage of the race, and this is going to be a very interesting end to this race. And we got 10 laps to determine who is going to be on the roster. Is Granty soft tires going to get it again, or is he going to fall into the clutches of Emerson again? If not, can he pass Cookie as well? Is Pease going to get to the end of those hard tires? Because I think Pease came in quite early on in lap 1, didn't he? So really good. So we've got a couple more pit stops actually as well. XR is coming out of the pits. Well, that's Alhan coming down the back straight. Sorry, it's the pit straight, and he goes on the outside. He passes XR, and he is on the soft tires there. But XR will surely have more purchase now, and he is back through and back up into 9th position. Good stuff indeed then. The inside into the Brundle turn. Lovely stuff indeed then. Mr. Elite there is in the 12th position. Droftas there coming out in the 13th position as well. He's done 19 laps on those soft tires. I'm not sure if that's right or not. For Droftas' sake, I hope it's not, because that's not going to be good at all. Total Peace then is now under pressure there from Grant as well. We've also got Nigel and Echo also starting to battle away as well. Nigel there is on fresh hard tires by the looks of that graphic. I'm not sure if I believe the graphic. As just watching, as Sam is saying that this game is it's going to be so getting used to. It really is, isn't it? As we've also got Darren saying ALR silver tomorrow is going to be even better. Indeed, it is. Of course, silver was great last season, wasn't it? Almost really good, just as good as gold, and of course bronze as well. We got 3 leagues now in ALR, of course, and bronze is for the first time. It's going to have a long season as well, because they only had 9 races last season, didn't they? Bronze. Nigel's in the pit 10. Now let's see what Nigel can do then. He's going to from soft tires to the end of this race then. There's a lot of guys on soft tires and Farf has done 20 laps on those soft tires as well. Nigel's done 19 laps. I'm not sure if that's right. I think my lap counter might be a bit on the blink. So then can Granty there reel in then the 6.6 second gap between himself and Cookie, who's second. And we'll soon find out. Lights there is now homing in on Murphy in fifth and sixth position. Of course, unfortunately, Lights having a 5-second penalty, which I think is what has curtailed his progress. But yeah, Lights is showing that he is very quick on this game, isn't he? Really quick indeed. That, of course, as he remained with the Red Bull team, didn't he? After the random draw there, so it's good. So it's good to see that for Lights in familiar territory, isn't it? Just like last season then. And of course he finished in a very, I think he finished in a very good 7th position, didn't he? Or 7th or 8th position in the Drivers' Championship in the end. Then a very strong season for Lights, but he won stronger this season, doesn't he? Of course, Murphy, I think, finished 5th in the season last season, didn't he? As well, and that was he missed a lot of races as well. Murphy did, so fantastic stuff there. But I'm expecting these two to be at the sharp end right from the get-go. Total Peas is in the pits there. Grant is set another fast up the race there. A 6.1 deficit there with just 7 laps to go. Is it going to be too much there? We'll find out then. So it's the AlphaTauri changed those tires and they're on the soft tires there, and he is going to be out and about now. He is out and about now. His teammate Echo comes from the pit, so I hope AlphaTauri has absolutely done a good job there of really stacking it up then. So Total Peas then is kind of the pits now. Here comes XR. These two have really been haven't been able to be separated all this race, haven't they? They've been fantastic value for money, haven't they? And now they're battling away once again. Then coming into turn number 3, then this is going to be the Brundle. Tony's going to go to the inside. Hopefully we don't have a horrendous crash like we did in 2016 with Gutierrez and Alonso, all with Brundle, Herbert and Coulthard back in 96 as well. Of course, the first time we race around this beautiful park. Granted there keep. We're going to find out then in the next couple of laps. So it's going to be fantastic. For Dan Murphy, good stuff indeed then. As now Pease is starting to pull away from XR. He's now well. Echo in 10th position. Farf is in battling away in 9th position. Alhan there is the highest driver that's been promoted from silver in 8th position. Now back on board then with XR. I think that we need to be keeping an eye on this battle as well. 6.2 seconds. There's Cookie has responded to Granty, hasn't he? Grant had a nightmare here last season, didn't he? But this season he is doing much better, isn't he? Granty he's doing a fantastic job out there for the Williams team. He is, isn't he? And he is the highest runner full-time driver at the moment. And remember, it's all about the podiums he got last season as well. His consistency was fantastic. Drop Fast got the fast on the race there. A 22.8 there for Drop Fast, was very close to actually the race lap record. I think it's very close indeed. I think the race lap record. Twang is left for session there. He was out of the race a couple of laps ago now, wasn't he? Twang was after that big smash there at the exit of turn 4 of the car park. Unfortunately for him then. Sam saying got 2 driver penalties that ruined my race as someone went into the back of him under safety car. Yeah, unfortunately we also seen that with Emerson as well and in a Cookie, didn't we? Well, we think we did anyway. Drop Fast is now really the man who's on the move, isn't he? Nigel there is doing a lot of harvesting. You can tell that from the light there is blinking, isn't it? Flashing on and off. Drop Fast. Canty is now 2 points. Well, it's about 3 seconds away from that point, which is at the moment is being held by Echo. So can we get a Ferrari double finish here as well? We're on board. Ferrari points finish here. Nigel there is defending. Is it? Oh, the Drop Fast is going to be through. Oh, very close. Then wheel to wheel stuff. And now then going up the inside. Total Peas has set the fastest up there. Lovely stuff indeed. Nigel's trying to come back up and under. But he's really struggling for pace tonight, Nigel is, isn't he? In the Lewis Hamilton car. Now it's unfortunate, isn't he? And now back on board then with Lights as well. And I feel that this might be the battle in the closing stages. What about Emerson? Is he gaining on it? Granted, not at the moment. So those soft tires are still in the window at the moment then. But Cookie is starting to extend his lead then. So he'll be going for 3 wins in 3 races there for Cookie. Lovely stuff indeed then. On board there with Lights, and can he get himself back in the full position in the Red Bull then? So I'm not sure if Lights would be happy or not about this race, to be honest. Of course, this would be a very good points tally. He would have 10 points to his name then if he continues where he is at the moment then. But maybe he might have expected more. Maybe he just wanted a podium at least. But with the formidable cars on the rostrum at the moment, it's going to be very hard, isn't it? And I got to say then, the questions are about whether the usual suspects of Granty and Emerson, where they're going to be quick this season. Oh, that they are then. Once again then, those two are still the cream of the crop, aren't they? In the ALR League season, isn't it? It's going to be very difficult to knock them two off their perch, isn't it? Because they are fantastic, aren't they? It's going to be interesting to see Going to be interesting to see, because once again then the rivalry between Grant and Emerson might be the one that really plays a major part in the ALR gold, isn't it? Except, once again then, as they got 6 second deficit over Murphy, who is in a 4th position as it stands at the moment there. And we might even have to include a Cookie later on in the equation as well. But the moment there is Grant and Emerson once again then for a 3rd season in a row then battling for the title, and that is absolutely brilliant stuff indeed, isn't it? Right then, as now we're just turning our attentions back to Young Lights. Well, Nigel's found his feet actually, and him and Drofflash are on a good old ding-dong of a battle in 11th and 12th position. Lovely stuff indeed. No points at the moment, and even if Drofflash does have the penalty, it's still not he will not get that point unless he is in the top 10. He is 2.1 seconds away from the top 10 at the moment, really homing in on Echo. Echo is the final man in the AlphaTauri, which is currently got points at the moment. Of course, Total P's doing a good job as well for AlphaTauri. Lovely stuff indeed there. And now then, of course, Total Pieces are replacing Tansley for this race, and I think he's done a good job, hasn't he, the reserve driver as well. Lovely stuff indeed. Then, so now Young Lights is really putting the hammer down, isn't he? We're on lap number 26. A lovely shot here from the steering wheel, as Young Lights has lost a lot of momentum now, hasn't he? Coming on the back straight, so you can see that he is adjusting the wheel settings as well. I forgot to mention also about the penalties as well. There's a lot of penalties that are fluttering around at the moment, isn't there? Granty, I think those soft tyres are really starting to go off, and with just 4 laps to go in this race. Granty, and look at this, as it's going to go on the inside, he dives on the inside, he passes Murphy. Good move there from Young Lights. He is having a 4th position there. Is Murphy going to try and come back at him? Not quite then. And Young Lights is through and up into 4th position. Murphy down into 5th position now in the racing point then. Now there's a 7-second deficit between himself and Emerson, but I think that might be too much. That might be too big of a buffer. We'll find out in a couple of laps as well. But I think the Young Lights. I think he'll be happy with 4th position. It's been a good race. It's been a good day there for Young Lights, hasn't it? Been a very good day for either Cookie, Granty, and Emerson. Now going to be. I've got to say, it's going to be a season-long battle once again, isn't it? Just watch it. Oh, that's Echo go off the track there. He's made a mistake there. Drofflash is going to be very keen now, isn't he? On the back of the AlphaTauri now, and look at this, and it's the Ferrari is going for it. It's going to be squeezed. Oh goodness me! As a lovely shot here, but we want to see the front there. And now then, oh my goodness me! Then there's Echo there squeezing Drofflash, and now Nigel is side by side with Drofflash as well. This is fantastic racing on board with Nigel there, who is having a very difficult day, isn't he? But yeah, he is still battling away, isn't he? Fantastic stuff here from Nigel there, and yeah, that just shows the kind of driver he is, and this is how he won his first championship, wasn't it? He just kept digging his heels in, didn't he? And now Drofflash on the inside. Oh wow! And but he's lost momentum now because Nigel's going to go on the inside there. It's turn 40. There's contact, and Nigel there punted. Oh, he's punted Drofflash out of the way. Nigel, I think, hung back there, and then through there, Nigel got a bit too keen there, didn't he? Farfetch now on the back of Alhan as well. The gap is 2.7 between Emerson and Granty. That is the closest battle on track. Bar this one, and bar Murphy and Lights, and he's on the inside. Farfetch, he passes Alhan, and he is through there in the Ferrari. Then it's Alhan. They're trying to come back at him, but that is a no-go, I think. And Farfen is through and in 8th position. Lovely stuff indeed there from Farfen. Murphy is really hanging on to the back quite nicely, actually, of Lights. And so Murphy is not taking that line down per se, is he? So he's going to be very much wanting to really keep with Lights, because potentially there might be some penalties that are going to be adjusting the race result. But remember, I think we'll have to review a couple of penalties because I'm not sure how fair or unfair they are. Then Sam is saying lap 32 tyres for Farf. I don't think that's right. To be honest, there, even though he's on 34 now. Yeah, I don't think that's right there. Of course, I think our lap counter is a little knackered there on the old tyres there, isn't he? Right then, as Darren's saying, the things needs patching for sure. It does, doesn't it? It's still, I think it's been an overall very good race, hasn't it? I think if anyone remembered the 2019 game, good, isn't it? For me, that was a painful experience just in the first couple of weeks. But I think overall it's been very good, hasn't it? This race, and good stuff indeed. Then, as Darren says, he'll be using them at soft tomorrow. Then, so it's a far fair. I got to say, he's very much trickle toes. Oh, but he's almost half spin it there, and that is sorry, Drofflash is half spin it there. Oh, he spun it completely. Drofflash is in the wall there, and he is facing the wrong way down the pit straight for the Ferrari driver. Oh dear, that's not good at all for Drofflash, is it? He was getting very much frustrated, wasn't he? What a shame there. And just back on board there with Murphy then as well at the moment, and he is currently in 5th position there. He's 5 tenths of a second away from Lightsen, so he's not giving up. Then as the track conditions are starting to cool, isn't they? And now Emerson, with just 1 lap to go, well 2 laps I should say, is now really starting to put the squeeze on Granty. That's what we need to see then. Here it is, and we're on the follow out there for Eat the Cookie. He's going for 3 wins in a row there for Cookie. Fantastic start there for Cookie, really well done indeed then. Right then, but I think that Emerson there is going to be all or nothing for Emerson now. Look at this then, and look at the amount of urge. He hasn't got much urge left, Emerson hasn't, so he has to deploy smartly on this lap as well then. And as the gap is down to 12.2 seconds between Cookie and Granty, but Granty is going to have to defend, and now Emerson's going to go on the outside. Look at how much more breaking. He's going to fight. Granty's giving him just about enough cars width there, and Emerson is still in 3rd position at this moment in time then. Good stuff then. Oh wow, incredible stuff indeed. Back on board with Emerson then. Of course he had a fantastic pole position earlier on today. Unfortunately that's a penalty really cost Emerson a chance of fighting for victory per se then, and Granty there also threw a curveball in terms of strategy call, didn't he? And look at this, and Emerson is really pushing him now. Granty's tyres are done. They ain't going to pass an MOT test, are they? And look at this, and he's going to have a go in turn 11 and 12. It might be after 12 but keeping on the race leader, he's just coming through out turn 14, and as the Granty's getting squirrely, and now Emerson's going to go on the outside. He is on the outside. He's going on the outside. Does he take 2nd position? He does take 2nd position. Oh, fantastic, come together. Emerson is up in 2nd position. Cookie wins the Australian Grand Prix. 3 for 3 now. There's a fry off in the background. 3 for 3 for Cookie. Good stuff indeed there. Emerson there with 2 free quarters from home is in 2nd position. Fantastic stuff there for Emerson. Granty in 3rd position as well, and good stuff from the 2 men who are battling for the championship for the past 2 seasons. Once again, Lights in 3rd position, Murphy in 4th position, and here comes Pease there, who will be in 6th position. Good stuff for Pease. Lovely stuff indeed there. At the very late hour, he was drafted in for the AlphaTauri, and he got the AlphaTauri's first points of their new team then. Exile in 7th position then. Farf is in 8th position in the Ferrari then. So Farf on with 40 lap old tyres, but Alhan is back in front of him. Farf had a lot of penalties, didn't he? Now then, who is going to be the final as Alhan 8? Farf in that position. It's between Echo and Nigel. Who is going to get the final point in this race then? As to the moment then, it's Echo 9th, Farf 10th, 11th is Nigel. Elite is going to come through in 12th position as well in the Renault then. But Cookie 3 for 3. So in the last 3 races, it's been Cookies. It's been Cookies Day again, and it is now Cookies Day down under as well. That's 3 race wins in his ALR career in 3 starts. Goodness me, then he is going to be a very difficult cookie to crack, isn't he? Whew. Good stuff indeed. And Exo was actually voted the driver of the day there. Good stuff indeed then. So it's a Cookie there doing a bit of break dancing, getting those dancing shoes on, and he is top of the world at the moment here in Australia. And what a way to start off for Cookie as well. Good stuff indeed then. Emerson finishing 2nd here today. Good stuff there from Emerson. And Granty, the defending champion, third in Australia. So he was a couple of corners short there from getting 2nd today, but still then that might be a familiar scene then for this season then. As Nigel saying, Urs got stuck in the race there, so that's why Nigel was struggling. And Echo saying, let's go through the final classification, shall we, from the Australian Grand Prix. Cookie, what a drive for himself. Really good stuff indeed then. Emerson pinched for 2nd position away from Granty in the end then, and he finished 2nd at the end. Granty in 3rd position. Young Lights, good drive back to 4th. Murphy in 5th position. Total Pease, great drive in 6th position. Exile 7th. Alhan 8th. Echo 9th, Farf in 10th position. Nigel had issues with Urs then in the end, 11th position. Mr. Elite 12th, and dropped ass in 13th position. Retirement, Sammy, Twang, Jonathan, Milan, Lost Souls, Mumford and Fireshot all retired from the Australian Grand Prix. And absolutely fantastic stuff indeed then. Gavin saying, congrats Cookie, really well done indeed then. And well, now we've got a couple of guys joining me in the rostrum area, and I think we're going to talk to Emerson first, who finished 2nd today, and that's a good start to your championship challenge, Emerson.
Yeah, I mean, well, it started off having to do with qualifying, obviously getting pole by 4,000 of the second. I was very happy with the pole, but I knew the Cookie obviously wouldn't back down easily. I knew the race was going to be very difficult. obviously the first stint, with head to toe, like literally the whole until the first pit stop where he decided to come in a lap before. But unfortunately, I seemed to get a 5-second penalty under the virtual safety car for him touching the back of me, which I don't really get. But at the end of the day, it didn't really affect the end result anyway. And I managed to get grounded on last lap, which was pretty bad as well. Yeah, so no, I mean it's not bad first race considering what happened. I mean I had a bit of an incident with it was one of the Alphas, I think, in the middle sector. So yeah, I'm not sure what happened with that. I'll have to have a look at that and see what's what. But yeah, overall pretty decent race.
Cracking stuff. Well done, Emerson. Good stuff indeed. That. Let's come to Granty, of course, the defending champion who finished third today. Granty, how was that for your first race? You went on the alternative strategy in the end, but in the end, now you were just 2 corners away from finishing second.
Yeah, it was a good race actually. To be honest, I wasn't really feeling obviously our podium today. I had to try and do something different. VSE came on pretty much timing for myself to go onto the soft, so I had to keep them as tyre wear as the laps was going on, because it was getting a bit difficult in the last couple of laps. But yeah, Emerson got me at the end. I had to try and defend a little bit, try to do what I could. But yeah, he done me in the end, and fair play to it. And fair play to the top 3 that got paid for me today.
Really well done, Granty. And let's come to Young Lights, who had a very good drive to fourth at the end there. I think you had the same problem as Emerson. Really, you had a 5-second penalty for the misdemeanors under the virtual safety car.
Yeah, no, I had a good race, good start. Under the safety car, I made contact with Russell, so got a 5-second penalty. But I think if I didn't and Emerson didn't, then we would have had a good race. I would have been up there battling for a podium. But I'm still happy. I didn't lose any positions. Still happy with P4. It's been a good start to the season. So yeah, I can continue and get more consistent finishes.
Definitely a very good start from all 3 of you guys as well. Congratulations to Cookie, absolutely amazing start to the season, and congratulations to the 3 gentlemen that's been speaking to me as well. Well done. We are back tomorrow night for silver, of course 7:30 UK time, as we're back in Albert Park, and the same for Tuesday as well for bronze. Next race on the calendar for gold is Bahrain in a week's time. See you then. Goodbye.